when I woke up this morning.
Oh,
I just knew
hey
it
y'all,
when I opened my
how's everybody
eyes.
doing?
Don't know what it
Okay, so I got
is
a lot to talk about today. Um, my song of the day, Brandy, Gonna Find My Love, is the joint. Okay, so Brandy news. First of all, some pretty exciting news. One of the viewers who checks out the blog every now and again posted that Brandy was going to be doing a concert in Alabama in April. So as those more details become available, I will certainly keep everybody up to date. So pretty excited about that. There's a couple other things going on. Um, there's a lot of rumors kind of stirring around about what's going on with B, and I'm gonna talk about a few of them. Let me turn this down just a little bit. So number one, record label madness. So first, I noticed that a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, they can't stand," based on Brandy update number 52, where I was talking about, you know, is this album over? And I'm pretty sure that it is, but I noticed that a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you know, I hate Epic, I hate Epic." And one thing that I wanted to say about that too is that, and I've kind of said this before in other areas, but the artist is in charge of their career, not the record label. The record label pulls strings. You know, the record label makes things happen. The record label brings the right people to the table. But ultimately, the artist, especially an artist of Brandy's caliber, pulls things together. Now, there's only so much that, you know, the record label can do, and then the artist has to do a lot of stuff. Now, as far as, you know, like promotion and stuff like that's not the record label's responsibility. Um, that is, um, Brandy's promotional team. That's their responsibility. There were a few shows that Brandy opted not to be on because of the content and the conversation. They wanted to know a little bit more about the accident, and she didn't feel comfortable talking about that kind of stuff, and so she made the choice not to be on there. I think we all can respect that. By the same token, there are a lot of artists who have subjects like Beyonce didn't want to talk about being married to Jay-Z for a long time, and when the question would come up, she would just say, "Nope, not talking about it." But everybody's different, you know. So Brandy opted not to talk about certain things and opted not to be on certain shows because of, you know, the content and what they want to talk about. You've got to respect that. Um, but you know, I think about Beyonce when the record label, and this is all alleged. I don't know if this is confirmed. I'm sure other people heard this, but when Beyonce had B Day out, and she had that last single, and the record label was like, "Nah, we're just we think this will be the last single." Beyonce said, "Okay, well then I'll get my dad's company and I'll fund 59,000 million more videos," you know. And so she took that album into her hands, as far as we know, you know. And Brandy has the opportunity to do that. She can make another video. She can certainly afford it. But if she feels that, you know, this is all the marketing and all the promotion that she wants to do on the video, on the album, then that's what the deal is. There's nothing that we can do to change that. On the same token, on the other side, like the public, the public has to be willing and open to hear a lot of the music, you know, like. And so if the radio is not eating up, you know, the current single, you know, like, it costs money. It takes money to put out another single. You know, you got to come up with a video. You got to get it marketed. You got to get, you know, you got to send singles to radio stations. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making that happen, and you got to have the record label behind you on that, or you got to have your own people. And, you know, is it worth putting up the effort? I don't know. Number two is that there's been a lot of talk about a new album in '09, and I personally heard, and this is not from my own source, that Epic and Brandy have a 4 album contract. Now, I'm not saying that just because I heard it that it's true, but this is what I believe based on what my source has told me. Epic and Brandy have a 4 record contract. They're in talks about a new record being released a new album being released at the end of '09. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know, but Brandy is definitely in the studio. Brandy is always in the studio because she's an artist, and but what else would she be doing? So there's no doubt about that, and then definitely working with a variety of different producers. It does not appear that there will be a re-release of Human, but I would imagine that a re-release of Human would definitely be something that the record label would have to be behind 100%. I think, when you hear Brandy in interviews and she kind of doesn't confirm any of this kind of stuff, but she doesn't deny it either, like, that's generally saying, yeah, this is not working out. So I just wanted to, just for everybody to kind of think about, like, the fact that, like, the record label takes some responsibility, but then so does Brandy. It's her career. So just like she made the decision to leave Atlantic when things weren't working out, like, she took her career into her hands. And if anything else is to come out of this album, or anything else is to come out of this her camp this year, it'll be her and her people taking the initiative to make it happen. So don't go too hard on Epic. That being said, someone brought to my attention today that theclub.com is doing a promotion where Brandy will call you. So I have that link down there on the bottom. If you purchase from them 1 of 3 CDs, which is Long Distance, Right Here Departed, and surprisingly, First in Love. So there's chit chat that First in Love might be released to radio. Now, surprisingly, I thought, as I mentioned in the last video, I was pretty confident in the fact that Torn Down will be released as a single if there was going to be any future releases. I'm not sure. It seems like if I was going to make an assessment, first of all, just note that artists will release songs that don't necessarily have videos or don't have any. Because if you remember, Brandy released He Is. You never see the video to He Is. You never, So artists do release songs without videos. But if I was going to give some advice, but this is me having no, strong knowledge about the industry, but it seems like First in Love and Torn Down as like a double kind of releasing both of those singles would be just dope. I mean, because both of those songs are tight. But I mean, what do you guys think? I don't know. So the new album coming out in '09 is probably some pretty big news if the rumor out there is true. I just hope that whatever it is that I don't know what's happening at Epic or what's happening with Brandy, but I really hope that they can come together, have a meeting, have a discussion, all get on the same page. Like, I think one of the things that happens a lot is that the record label just wants to sell records. Like, they want every artist that they have to, sort of fall into this pop world. And once you fall into this pop world, they want you to sell all these albums. And they're willing to do anything because it's their livelihood. They got to sell records to make money. And I think that puts the artist, like, in a very difficult position a lot, because the artist is like, okay, I got to be true to who I am, so I'm not about to try to look like this artist or try to sound like this artist. And part of me feels like that might be the situation that Brandy is in, Um, but then again, like I said, like that leaves her with choices, you know, and um, ultimately it'll have to be about her career, you know, like and where she wants to go in the future. But again, I'm gonna still be supporting her regardless. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the record label Madness? What are your thoughts about a new album at '09? Who do you want her to collaborate with? What are your thoughts about Torn Down or First in Love being singles? Hit me up. Again, my top 30 Brandy songs coming out pretty soon. I just been working on it, changing my mind every day. But I appreciate all of you guys checking out the blog all the time, and I will continue to keep you updated. Thanks. Peace. I love Brandy.